Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. Today is Sunday, December 10th. It is very mild weather for December, at least we're having it here in Southwest Michigan. So, Julie, welcome to part 2.
Hello, everybody. You look great, Mom. I have to say, your hair looks nice.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, the hair is done today.
the background looks a little different, but it's the same laptop camera. You've got a new camera set up, which I'm really excited about.
And fingers crossed, it uses AI and just trying to make sure things are functioning correctly. So if there are a few glitches, I will apologize in advance. Al has been working overtime to try to get this working. We are having an issue with the remote control for it right now, but we'll get it figured out in the next little bit here. All right, so I'm ready to get started. And we're going to switch my camera over to my desktop so I can share with you in detail the product that we're using that you've already kind of seen on. All right, so again, we are in the mini catalog, and I'm going to turn to page 5. As Julie mentioned, A Walk in the Forest is the fundraiser that Stampin' Up! Is doing in all markets. And it's the proceeds from the sale of the Walk in the Forest Designer Series paper is what the fundraiser is. In the United States, the proceeds from the sale of this paper is going to Toys for Tots. So that is what this is going to, and this will be retiring in a few weeks when this catalog ends. Now, as Julie also probably pointed out, and I don't know since she went first, is it coordinates with the Merriest Trees Bundle. So I'm going to show you the paper first, which I should have done before I turn the catalog. It's 12 by 12, and I'm just showing you the 12 by 12 sizes for this. So it's got some really pretty paper, and it's got different colors, so you can choose your color scheme. I love this one.
Mhm.
And the berries and the trees. We have our little tree up in the living room. We're not putting the big one up this year. And the bears. Now, I will tell you that if you were fortunate enough to get the Very Cute Punch, it does punch out these bears. And this also coordinates with that whole Very Cute suite as well. Unfortunately, the punch is gone. It has sold out.
But you can still fussy cut the bears.
You can, and I did. So, I mean, it's not that bad. Not for this project, but so then we have the flip side, the B side, which has, I love this really subtle design of Christmas trees on this paper. And snowflakes. And I guess these could be snowflakes or dots. And some more stripes in the blues and the greens. So that's this paper. What do you think, Jules?
I love it. I love the colors. I love that is so perfect for not only like some Christmas imagery, but also just some winter cards, like in general. They don't have to be specifically
Absolutely.
for Christmas.
Absolutely. Okay. So the Merriest Trees is a photopolymer set. This and the dies are carrying over, but not at the bundled price. So if you want this and you don't have it, you want, oh, well, unfortunately, that's right.
Oh,
The dies are unavailable until, believe it or not, Christmas Day or that week of Christmas. So
so
it's got,
there'll be a week that they're back in stock and you can take advantage of the bundled discount before that ends,
yep,
which is January 3rd will be the last time to get the bundled discounts.
yes. So we have the trees, we have, little presents, we have little ornaments, little snowflakes, all kinds of things that you can then also die cut. So there's a couple of stars. There's some, I guess these could be presents or just little squares and rectangles.
I think they die cut the stamped present images.
I think so. Oh, yes, down here. I was looking at this one up here. No, it cuts out here. And then the ornaments, there's actually 3 dies, so you can do 3 sets of ornaments at one time. So I think that's pretty handy. Okay, as I mentioned, it does go with the Very Cute as well. I mean, it's not meant to go with it, but it kind of coordinates together, especially, with the use of the bear. So have fun. this is a fun set. All right. I am going to now move my catalog and we're going to get started on my project. So I am using some of the DSP. Let me just get this stuff spread out here. So my card base is 5.5 by 8.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Peacock, pretty Peacock, that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. I have a piece of designer series paper that is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then I have some other pieces, 3 3/4, and I have a question mark here because we're going to make some triangles. I should share, yeah, whatever, different images here. All right. I also have, this is optional, of course, for the inside, 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches of the Peacock. I had some scraps of this little Christmas tree paper, 1/2 inch by 3 3/4 inches.
Scoot your stuff down just a smidge.
Thank you. So
There
glad
you go.
There we go. Let me show you the inspiration for this card. This was the swap I got from one of my team members, Michelle Grimble, and she used the Merry and Bright on this, and she made these like wedges, I guess. So that's where I got the inspiration for this card, but I wanted to use this paper. But I made myself a template, and I'm going to kind of do a little cheating on this. So this piece is 3 3/4 inches this way. It is 1 3/8 inches here, and it's 2 1/2 inches here. And I don't know if you can see the measurements or not. Okay. So I took some of these little pieces of paper, and I can show you what I did. And I made some wedges that we can use, that we will use. But instead of making 3 wedges, let me get some more. I have some more wedges cut here. This is actually going to be my 3rd wedge. So it's kind of, I'm cheating. Now you want to be careful because of the patterns of paper. So if you can see this, can you see it okay? All right. So that's the way you want it to be, right? But I wasn't paying attention and I did it with the wedge. So I'd have sideways trees. So just be aware when you're cutting designer series paper, if it has a pattern, which direction you want. All right. So let me show you very quickly how I cut the wedge on the paper trimmer. Get rid of my little pieces of Post-its that I don't need anymore. Slide this stuff out of the way, bring in my trimmer. So as I said, we want 3 3/4 inches by kind of whatever. So where's my template? There it is. So I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm going to measure, let's see, let's do it this way. So you can just put a little pencil mark here and a little pencil mark there. And then you're going to find those and put it in your cutting line and turn it on an angle and cut it. And then you have your wedge. It's really simple. At least it was for me, but I thought, why am I going to cut a 3rd wedge when I can just use my designer series paper?
So the original template, this easy angle card, has you cut a long piece into 3 sections. And then you can mix and match the sections of 3 different pieces.
And I couldn't find my template.
Oh, that's okay.
So here's just another way to accomplish the same look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I'm going to take my Peacock and my designer series paper. So this new camera that I've been playing with, we're still learning. So I hope it's better and I hope it's not going in and out of focus, which was the issue that we had before. All right. So I am going to I'm going to do it this way. Now you can do, oh, that's too big, a little bit too big. Where's my other piece? Maybe it's this. Nope, this is what I want. I may have to trim a little. Yep, I do have to trim a little here. All right. That must not be 3 3/4. Yeah, it is. That's because I have the wrong piece, maybe. This is the one I want. Yep, this is a little bit too big. So I'm going to take this down to 3 3/4 and trim that little bit off. All right. And then this is going to go here. So now I'm going to get some of this other stuff out of the way. This is a good way to use up some scraps, you know?
Yeah, I love it. And I love how it showcases how the coordinating patterns look so nice together.
Oh, they do. They really, really do. All right. And I have a little bit of pencil mark showing, so I'm going to erase that. Now for our greeting on the front, I die cut some deckled circles. That's kind of one of my new favorite things to have.
I love that those are going to carry over. I think
Oh, I
it was
am.
marked for the online exclusives category when the catalog is done.
Yes, so you will be able to get, yeah, there's a lot carrying over, more than I kind of thought there would be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm using Pretty Peacock ink and this little tree. And the little tree says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And then our inside greeting is going to say, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. So I got out my little guy here. Let's see, I'm still on camera. All right. I'm so excited my pre-order came.
Yay!
I have some things that I have to do before I can crack open some of those things and play. All right, so we've got our "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and we're going to put that on the Peacock deckled circle. I love all the sizes of these circles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is ready. We're going to stamp our inside piece so I can close up my ink for Julie. All right. So hope your home is filled with the spirit of Christmas. We're going to put that right in there. Well, I do have a little goober piece of ink, but we'll fix it later. And then on the inside, I'm going to put this little strip with the trees on this piece of Pretty Peacock. And then just adhere that to the inside and bottom. Just to have a little interest. All right. Now we're ready to put this on our card front. Julie, do you know where your tutorial is for the template?
Yeah, it's on my blog. I did this awesome angles template. It's from Robin Arbrecht. I shared it on a Sunday stamping video
Oh,
back
did
in
you?
March.
All right, so I have some ink on my finger. So brought out my handy dandy wipes, which I never have near me when I need it, right?
I know, I never do either. They're on the shelf and
Well, it's usually across the table or
yes.
on a chair somewhere next to me.
I
So,
find that hand sanitizer is a good thing to have on the desk too, because it usually takes ink off pretty well. Scoot your card down just a little bit. There you go.
all right, so I am going to grab some dimensionals, and all I have on my table right at the moment are, oh, thanks. Nope, those are little, I want the biggies. Your father is sitting next to me, working my camera. This is
A
small.
Sue Stamper, a cameraman.
Those are the big ones. Thanks, sweetie. Oh, he's great. He's been very supportive in trying to help me through this process, which has been a challenge to say the least. All right, so we're popping this little greeting up on dimensionals. And I'm going to put it right about there. And then I have some white baker's twine. And this is a new roll because my other roll is somewhere across the table. The story of my life, too. Okay, there we go. Take a little piece of this and make a bow. There's just so many ways you can do this. You can angle it any which way in terms of where you want your wide edges and where you want your smaller edges. Because my original sample, I'm going the other way, and I'll show you that when I'm done here. Okay. Let's cut some of these tails off. Grab glue dots. Yep. I need to break off some of this excess. We're going to put this right over here. So it's kind of coming off. And then for the end, as always, some bling.
Gotta have some bling.
That's some bling. So I'm going to put, anyway, here is my finished card.
Oh, it's so fun. I love how you added a little bit of that designer paper on the inside too to dress it up.
So here is the other one that I did. So I took the little trees as my big piece and then cut it this way. Now you can have, just 2 different designs if you want. You can have 3 different designs. It's totally up to you. And that's what I love about this, is that the flexibility. So if you're not looking for, so Julie, which one do you want?
Ooh, I really love the one that you just made with the 3 patterns. I think they play so nicely off each other.
All right. So this will go into your little envelope, which when I see you, you will get a bunch of cards.
Yay! Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. The other card that I made, and I'm working on a couple others, but I didn't really care for them, but I wanted to use the bear. This was before I found out the bear punch was gone. So I just stamped and die cut out the big tree and used the deckled rectangles on this one.
Nice.
The Merry Christmas came from the Very Cute stamp set. And then same thing, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. So that is it. Let me switch my camera and come back over. Everybody, hello. Goodbye. Thanks, Al. So just one last time, here is my project using the Walk in the Forest.
A Walk in the Forest designer paper, Merriest Trees Bundle.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. So it's in the middle of the screen. In just a bit will be the link to Julie. So if you started with me, you can just hit that link and go back and watch Julie's. And until next Sunday stamping with Susan and Julie, have a wonderful week, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Mom. Love
Bye,
you.
sweetie. Love you.